You're listening to the Jan Price Show, all about movies. And today, my guest is director Janeen Damian and her husband, producer Michael Damian. And we're going to be talking about the brand new Lindsay Lohan movie entitled Falling for Christmas, which is trending #1 on Netflix. Welcome to the show, Janeen and Michael. It's a pleasure having you both here.
Oh, thank you so much for having us.
Oh, it's my pleasure. It's my pleasure. As I said earlier, when I was watching the movie, I went, "Oh, that looks like Deer Valley." I used to live in Utah and spent a lot of time in Park City, and I was happy to see that it was Deer Valley that you filmed the movie. It's a beautiful cinematography and beautiful scenery there.
Oh, thank you. Our cinematographer, Graham Robbins, did such a beautiful job, and Utah provided the perfect backdrop. It's so gorgeous, and we got a chance to shoot it in December. So that was really fun to be shooting at Christmas, a beautiful Christmas movie.
Beautiful. Yeah, it was. We filmed in Deer Valley and also Midway, Utah as well. And in fact, here you can see some of there's the scenery right there. That's not a visual effect. That's that location is about 2 miles from the house.
Absolutely beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. So our listeners know, Janeen, why don't you give me a synopsis of what Falling for Christmas is all about?
Well, it is a story about a young woman who on the surface appears to have absolutely everything that a girl could ever want. And through a mishap on a mountain and a little Christmas magic, she gets a chance to have a glimpse of her life from a different perspective and finds out that there's a lot more to life than what she thought. And she finds family and giving, and the spirit of Christmas is much more beautiful and much more fulfilling than what she had previously. And there's a love story in the process.
Yeah. It reminds me a lot of
There must be.
What would you say, Michael?
There must be. We have to have a love story.
Of course
Every movie we do has a love story.
Christmas time. And it seems like the two of you are the masters of Christmas romantic movies. You've done quite a few of them.
We love it.
I know. And one of my favorites that I watch every year is A Princess for Christmas with Sam Heughan and Sir Roger Moore. I love that movie.
That was actually the beginning for us. Yeah. That was our first Christmas film, and we shot that in a beautiful place in Romania at a castle, Peleș Castle in Sinaia. And so that was really fun to get a chance to work with Sam and Sir Roger Moore.
That was amazing. That sort of started the whole, well, actually it was the first of all the princess movies. From there, we've made quite a few others, and there have been other princess movies, but that was the first, and we kind of rolled the dice, and our fabulous producer Brad Kervoy said, "No, get up there, go to that castle, make a fabulous fairy tale movie, and we'll find someone to buy it." So it's the best. We love Brad.
Oh, as I said, I watch it every year. I love it. And it was the beginning of Sam Heughan's career also. I mean, it was before Outlander, correct?
Yes, it was before Outlander. So that was really fun. It was, I remember Michael was directing that movie, and he had a game with Sam that every time Sam would smile in a scene, that Michael would pay him squinkles.
I call them squinkles. Well, Romania has several names for their money. It's either Ron or Lei, and I couldn't remember what it was, and I just said squinkles. And so, Janeen would say to me, we're shooting the scenes, and she's saying, "Gosh, it would be so nice if Ashton," that's his character's name, would smile here.
He had such a gorgeous smile.
And I'd go up to Sam. I'd go, "Sam, can you smile?" I was like, "I was smiling." No, come on. He's like, and then I just whipped out some Romanian money, handed to him, and he said, and then action, and he smiled. And I just kept casting.
It was a cute little joking game that they had together. So
it worked.
It was really fun.
He's small all the time.
Incredibly charming in that movie, and he's spectacular in Outlander. And we're so proud to have had a chance to work with him at the beginning like that.
I did go broke on that shoot, but anyway.
He knew what he was doing. Bribing an actor, though, I haven't heard that before. Because you have to bribe him. To get
I mean, it was a joke between the two of them. It was very cute.
Whatever you need to do, within reason, to get the magic on the screen, to make people laugh on the set, to that's what filmmaking, and that's what filmmakers we're all about, you've got to find this great environment,
a way to break the ice
and let actors feel comfortable. And sometimes you have to do silly games. Sometimes you have to just be very serious and quiet. You have to gauge each actor. Would you say?
Yeah, it's true.
And feel the moment.
Right. But Sam has a great sense of humor.
Oh, so he's funny. He's hilarious. That's why I was like, well, you're funny all the time. He's like, I know, but I thought I was smiling. No, one more bigger smile.
Well, you both come from an acting background, a performing background. Both of you do. We can get into your bios because you've got quite the extensive, bibliography bio here, because you both have done quite a bit in the industry through the years. So it's interesting that you've turned your talents to directing and producing and writing, and so that's exciting too, to be able to do that. And as I said, you're the king and queen of Christmas movies. It seems like every year there's a new wonderful Christmas movie that you two have done together. So that's really exciting. Let's talk a little bit about how you got involved with Lindsay Lohan on this film, and we're very excited that she's making a comeback. Many people that I've talked with have said they're rooting for her to just to have a comeback and do what she does, because she's really precious, and someone that we really have enjoyed watching through the years, through her trials and tribulations. But everybody goes through them. Unfortunately, some people have to go through them in the public. Many of us don't have the spotlight shining on us as we go through our trial and tribulation. So that's why we're always rooting for someone to come to the other side. So tell us how you got involved with her, and you're doing another film with her also. So let's talk a little bit about that.
Oh, well, it was really exciting. Netflix came to us with the script and with Lindsay attached, and we were thrilled with the opportunity to work with Netflix because it's our first movie with them. And then we had some meetings with Lindsay and her team, and wanted to make sure that we were going to mesh, and creatively that we were all on the same page. So that was a really harmonious experience. And so we all decided that let's go for it. Let's make this movie. And we too were really excited to see Lindsay coming back. And as we have gotten to know her, she is such an intelligent young woman that really thinks about what she's going to do. She chose this project very carefully, and it's exactly what I think everyone is looking forward to seeing her for her first time back. She is charming, funny, emotional. She is a really versatile actor, and she's done such a great job on this movie. So it was a thrill to get a chance to work with her on this, and on her second film as well.
Yeah, so, and she looks fabulous, and on this,
yes,
she really does.
She really takes care of herself, and she is very. She's also an executive producer on Falling for Christmas, and she was really involved when it came to her character and all things about it. When you're saying that she looks fabulous, she has such exquisite taste in fashion and clothes, which really plays a big part in the film, and how just the different transformation that her character makes within the hair and the makeup. And she really takes care of her. She's healthy and fit, so she really came prepared, and it really shows on the screen. I think that the audience is going to get a really kick out of all the different looks that she has in this movie.
Yes, I agree. Yes, I totally. As I said, you're trending. How many views have you had now on Netflix? You've been the #1 movie for many weeks.
I think we're well over 110 million hours viewed worldwide.
And it did hit the #1 most streamed of all the streamers for I think in our first couple of weeks.
And it's the top movie in the world.
In the streaming
in Netflix. So we're really blessed and really grateful. The fans showed up. Thank you so much. They tuned in, and they're spreading the word, and
the love and support for Lindsay has really been amazing and very heartwarming to see.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah, that's so wonderful. That's so wonderful that that everybody loves her, and as I said, we're rooting for her to be successful again with her new career. That you two are being very instrumental in helping her to come back, actually. So let's talk, even though we're going to talk more about this film, let's talk about the new one, the next one you have coming up with her. Can you talk about that?
Yeah, we can talk a little bit about it. We can't say too much, but we can say that we just finished shooting it. We
Yep.
shot the whole movie in Ireland. It is a rom-com. It takes place in the summer, completely different storyline. And we are editing now, and it's going to be coming out
next year.
It
stars Lindsay Lohan, and Netflix is, putting it out, and they've been incredible. One of the best studios, on the planet to work for. We love everybody over at Netflix. They're very supportive and caring, and really give us all the tools, everything we need to make the best film possible. And I think that the people that tune into, well, first of all, I hope you enjoyed Falling for Christmas, and if you do, you can next year watch Irish Wish, all filmed, as Janeen mentioned, on location in Ireland. It is a love letter to Ireland with a lot of comedy, a lot of romance, and I think it's a wild ride. But first, if you haven't seen Falling for Christmas, you got to see it.
You got to see Falling for Christmas, and this is the perfect reason, obviously, to see Falling for Christmas. For sure, if you're looking for something to watch with your family, this is the perfect family movie. I love the diversity in this film too that you have. Let's talk a little bit about that. Was that a conscious choice from the beginning to show such diversity in the film?
Well, I think that everyone in the entertainment industry is really trying to open their minds and their hearts to allowing everybody. That don't put anybody in a box. Don't be ticking boxes. Let's just hire the most talented people. Let's be balanced and fair. And that's what we did. We cast the people that we felt told the story the best, and as it turned out, we have a lot of diversity, and it's the same in life. So I think that should be reflected on screen as well.
I agree, and that was what's so wonderful about this, that you did have that added to it. So so many movies don't, but your film does for sure. Jack Wagner, good to see him. I have to tell you a story. My very first speaking role was on General Hospital, and
that's our competitive show. That's the Young and the Restless. We don't get along with General Hospital.
I know you were on the Young and
we do, but you
were on the Young and Restless for how many years, Michael? 18.
A little bit longer than that, but we won't. Of course, I started on the show when I was 2. But anyway, that's another story.
He's making a comeback. He's going to be back on December 22nd.
That's exciting.
Yeah.
Danny he's going to pop into Genoa City and stir things up this holiday season. So that's but back to Jack Wagner. We love Jack.
Oh, he's amazing.
He's a wonderful talent and a great person, and
so much fun to work with. He really brings an amazing energy to the set, and he's also such a veteran, and he's so wise and smart, and he just brings it. He brings it, gets it done, And I think that it was a really good role model for the younger kids that were watching him work to see, how it's done.
Yeah. And he looks great. He looks great. Yeah. He's aged well in the years. As I said, his first speaking role was with him on General Hospital. I spent a lot of time with him in the trailer talking and everything else. And that's when I got my after card, which became SAG later on. And I also have my actor's equity too. But I have fond memories of being with Jack Wagner a long time ago when he was at the height of General Hospital, actually, of his popularity. So that was sort of fun to see him in this film for sure. And that's nice to hear that he brought, his maturity and aura and professionalism to the set to help, work with the other actors on this film. So, what was the most difficult part of shooting this?
10 below zero.
Yeah, the temperature.
10 below zero, rain snow.
Up in Solitude. I think it was
Solitude, Utah. Yeah.
I know it.
Beach scene with Tad and Ralph was the hardest of everything.
Well, no, the Christmas market too.
The Christmas market. You saw the breath coming out, all that when Sierra's talking to Jake, and that was real.
Yeah, that was real. All that snow was real. We were praying for snow, and then God gave us a massive amount of snow. We had so much snow, half of our background actors couldn't get up the hill,
or the crew for
that matter. And
we lost a little bit of time, but it was great, and our actors were real heroes that day because they just
it was cold.
They just grinned and bared it, and they dialed in that performance, and it was magic. It's a really sweet scene, actually. We were thrilled with what we ended up with.
It is a sweet scene. It really is. Well, that's good. They probably rushed through it to get out of that cold and dialed it in very quickly. So they didn't have to do too many things.
They were just in the moment. They were there. They were invested.
No, they were, yeah. I'll never forget Tad when he's out wandering around and he's trying to get his cell phone to work in the forest. And, you know, the snow was pristine, if you noticed, before he was walking. And we didn't want anybody to walk over there, but he needed snow on his face and hair.
He needed snow. Okay, got it.
Yes, snow. So we didn't want the makeup team to walk out there, or the hair team. So he just dumped his face right into the snow. He just literally went bonk and hit his face.
He's like, I gotcha.
Okay, I'm ready.
And it was perfect.
And it was all that's a pro. George Young, amazing. We love him. Wonderful actor.
Okay, so let's talk about Tad was hysterical. Tell people what his full name is, so people can, when they're watching the movie, they'll know who he is.
Tad is played by George Young, and he is a brilliant actor that just before Falling for Christmas starred in a very heavy, I think, a horror thriller drama. Yeah. So this was something different for him, and he brought so much fun in life, and he's also such an amazing professional. He would come in exactly prepared. He would do what was written on the page, and then if we would let him go, then he would go after that, and then he would play and have fun and improvise. But he
was great with Lindsay. They had a great rapport and really good chemistry.
Yeah, they certainly did. So he's such a gem to work with, George Young. I would star him in every movie.
Cord Overstreet is fabulous as Jay. Cord is a wonderful talent, great singer, as you know, from Glee. So we have really an all-star cast.
You do, and he's adorable. Definitely adorable. Go ahead.
I was just going to say, we just love Cord so much. He also has a lot of fun on the set, and he brought
he's funny.
He brought a lot to the role, and it was just a pleasure to work with him.
Yeah. Well, again, the storyline with Tad, and what was the other character's name? Ralph. Loved that little, totally how it just went off in its own little journey by itself for a while, and I just thought that was hysterical. We were laughing so hard. And then at the end of the movie, my partner and I both got teary-eyed after the end of it. So it's, it has all the emotions. It makes you laugh. It makes you cry. It's just when you go to movies, I always say you want to feel something, you don't want to watch a movie and go, oh, well, I guess that was okay. And then you move on. And, it's nice when you have a discussion, because we did talk about it even more the next day after we watched it. So that was also interesting too, that we had another discussion about it. So, and that's what you want to do. You want to have a movie that you think more about and everything. It did remind me of Overboard. Was that, remember that movie?
It's a wink and a nod for Overboard, but
yeah.
It was that's what it was when it came to us. But with the snow and the Christmas and that whole spirit to it, it brings a whole nother element to that story.
Yeah, and we did a wink and a nod to Mean Girls, and Lindsay singing Jingle Bell Rock. I mean, there's you got to have a little fun in comedies, right? Otherwise, if you take it too serious, it's not funny.
Yeah, totally. So the scene, the set design. Now, was that already Christmas decorations that were already there, or did you add? Because it was like, oh my gosh, I would love
nothing was there.
That was completely generated by our production designer Connor Jennings, who did such an amazing job. Yeah. And he really took care to make sure that we had two different worlds, and even the Christmas decorations of the two different worlds are very different. One is hard surfaces, glossy, glittery. The other one is garland and ribbons and bells and bows. And we really wanted to make sure that you could visually feel the difference.
I'm so glad you liked it, because the Goldner Herschel we were filming at, we had to take a break over Thanksgiving, and they said, could you leave your decorations up? Do you mind? And we're like, we'd love to, because we don't want to take them down. And people that went to Thanksgiving dinner at the hotel, they said, is it always decorated like this? Wow, you guys have really gone to the next level. And
we haven't been over there this Christmas. We need to go and see what they're doing.
We heard from the staff later that people were thrilled with the Thanksgiving you know.
They went all out for their Thanksgiving
dinner. They didn't know. They didn't realize they stepped into a movie set for Thanksgiving dinner.
That's funny.
Well, it's absolutely beautiful. I was like, oh, I want to, definitely I love those decorations. Had you finished filming before Thanksgiving, or did you have to come back and film some more?
Oh no, we had to come back.
We came back. That's what we got. That's when we froze. We came back and froze after that. It was fun.
After that, which you right up.
We shot all the way through almost to what
till Christmas.
Yeah, and just before Christmas.
Yeah.
Perfect timing. And let's talk
about.
Go ahead.
There, yeah.
Sorry.
Oh, it was this exact time.
Perfect timing, I guess, right before Christmas to get this movie finished beforehand. Let's talk about the costume designer, because the costumes, oh my God, they're amazing. Lindsay's clothes really and Tad's clothes. I mean, I love everything that he wore too. He was over the top.
Oh, we had a lot of fun with the clothes. It was Emerson Alvarez was our costume designer, and we worked very closely with Lindsay and also with George Young, because he is quite the fashion statement in the movie, and he was just game. We had a pair of these fur boots that we wanted him to wear, and they were about 3 sizes too small, and he's just jammed his foot in them and said, "I'm ready to." He's like, "I love them."
Like Cinderella.
Yeah. We had him. Yes, we had him. We had him in tight coats and things, and his hair in a finger wave, and he just went for everything. But Lindsay's, I think her ski suit has become iconic. Everyone's talking about,
and the pink fur hat.
The pink fur hat and the fuchsia ski suit, and also her red onesie with the bell sleeves, and her peignoir she wears at the beginning with the white satin peignoir. She just looks so great in everything.
She sure does.
And she has such a regal way of carrying herself. And then I think the transformation into a more down-to-earth person also was reflected in the costume design as well. So a little bit of something for everybody.
Yes. And I loved how they were able to find clothes that fit her after she, and when she didn't remember who she was, and she didn't have anything really to wear, and that they were able to find interesting clothes for her to wear that were entirely different than what she used to be wearing. So that was fun too, that the costume designer did a wonderful job with that also. So yeah, it's, that was just fun to watch all the different costumes in the film.
I think that for Michael and I got to do we got to have great clothes, and he got to have great cars in the movie. So it's like the clothes and the cars.
Yeah, I said, you can have all the clothes you want, but we got to have the Maserati.
Yes.
We have to have the James Bond of all James Bond snowmobiles. We were like, we had to get all those things.
We had
perfect.
Ferraris.
We had Ferraris, and we had Aston Martin. Speaking of James Bond, right. So as long as I got all the cars in there, then
he got his cars. I got the clothes.
You got the clothes, yeah.
That's great. It's great. Well, you two seem like you work so well together, obviously, just even in this interview. But let's talk about your working relationship, because you've done a lot of movies together, and I think you both play different roles in each movie. I think you switch it up a little bit. So let's talk about how that is working together. How many years have you been together?
You still like me?
Yes.
Janeen,
I love it.
This is, I think this is number 16th movie together. And as you said, we write, we produce, direct. We like to call ourselves filmmakers because we have this collaborative, wonderful synergy, and we've had that from day one. So
yeah, it's hard to kind of put your finger on exactly which role we do, because we work together so much, and we just sort of cross over very fluidly. I think the most important thing is that we share the same vision, and that's the vision that we need to get on the screen. And between the two of us, we decide, we pick and choose. Each movie has a different story, and there's different elements that we tend to gravitate towards, and that's the direction that we go. But we go in it together as a strong force.
But you did a fantastic job directing this film, and
yes,
your rapport with Lindsay and all of the actors. It was amazing. It was so wonderful to watch, with great respect. You're so kind to everyone, and treat them with a lot of love, and you always have answers. Even if you don't know you have the answer, you say something brilliant anyway.
Fake
I
it
do the
till you
same
make it.
thing. I took credit for 15 movies prior as the director, right? And I was just using 90% of her great ideas. So people are like, Michael, that's brilliant. I go, yeah, thank you. It was Janeen's idea. Well, tell her thank you. You know,
well, I had Michael on my side. I could never have done this movie without Michael, and also our DP Graham Robbins, who is so wonderful too, because it was my directorial debut. Yeah. But I've been working alongside Michael for all this time, so I learned so much from watching him, and I felt confident going in because I had Michael with me. So
that's great. I love it. I love your relationship. That's so perfect. That's so perfect. And yet, and in the movie, you have like a little Alfred Hitchcock moment.
Yes.
My partner picked that out. He goes, I think that's the director and her husband.
Oh, wait, are you talking about which part? Are you talking which part? At the end, at the very end, in the outtake.
You're dancing. Isn't there?
Oh, we were. Oh no, we were just doing a test. We were doing a camera test.
It was actually a kiss test.
Yeah.
It was for the lighting. We were going to be doing this flare thing, and so they just wanted to see. They were just testing the camera, and so we for Lindsay and Cord.
They said, you know, Graham was like, can you guys, you know, go in there and just simulate the kiss? Well, I'll kiss her. I don't need to simulate. We can, you know, we are married.
I did the camera test before we even started shooting. So anyway, so that was fun.
So I brought mouthwash. I brushed my teeth prior to that test. It was
it was great.
But Michael is in the movie too. He's in the
hospital scene. Yeah, I'm in the back, out of focus, reading a newspaper. So it's
and my feet at the opening titles with the dog,
with the little dog. Those are Janeen's.
So lots of little things. Well, I'm so sorry we don't have any more time, but this has been so much fun. I look forward to having you back with Irish Wish when that comes out on Netflix. And everybody, this is a great movie for the family to watch during the holidays when you're looking for something to watch. Look for Falling for Christmas, starring Lindsay Lohan. And you two have been a joy, and I wish you a wonderful holiday season. Take care.
Well, thank you so much for having us, and Merry Christmas.
Happy New Year.
Merry Christmas to you too. Happy New Year. Happy 2023. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you.
All right. Bye-bye.
Bye.